Okay, so now we're gonna go back to defense. We're gonna work on our high-low hands. Remember, if the ball is going this way, this hand is in the passing lane, this hand is crossing over, so it's not a downhill move at you. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, and this time it's gonna be just 15 reps, down and back. Outside foot moves first. The hand that the dribbler is dribbling to, that's the hand that's high in the passing lane, and this hand is low for any move that they're planning on doing. So I'm here, moving my hands. That's one. Down and back is one. We're going to go to 15 now. No zero steps. $15 reps, down and back is one. So now we still don't have a ball in our hands. We're just focused on the footwork of the hip swivel move. And as we do our anchor step, how to get out of that move. So a lot of players can do a move, let's say it's through the legs, but they don't burst and explode out of it. So we're gonna be in our hip swivel. We're gonna open up so we're a threat. We look to attack this way. Soon as that person cuts us off, we anchor step and go the opposite direction. So you're gonna do 50 each direction. Make sure you're getting the correct footwork so when we put the ball in your hands, it's effortless. And now all you need to do is manage the ball and not your feet. Obviously, whatever I do to my right, I need to do with my left. Remember, I land right, left, like I'm about to attack, because I am, until the defender cuts me off. Then I anchor step the opposite direction. Really get this down so you can read and have counter moves out of your attacks. We're gonna go 50 one hand, 50 the other. So now we're gonna change directions at each cone. We're gonna go through the legs. We're not dribbling. This is to make sure we know how to stay low through our moves. And then when we actually do start going through the legs, we'll actually be low. And now that'll allow us to drive through contact, play downhill, and be a lot more explosive and a lot faster. And remember, you're going to have a lot more space than me. So obviously, if you're on a basketball court, you would go the length of the full court. I would do at least down and back 5 times. Right now, we're going to go 50 reps. In this short court, down and back is 1. Okay, and remember, obviously, this footwork is teaching you how to explode off your back foot. It's impossible to keep moving and go off of your front foot. You're gonna stop your momentum. So since I don't wanna jump and stop my momentum, after I've done this drill multiple times, now I'm gonna teach myself to push off this back foot and keep moving and be explosive. Once you do that while dribbling, you're gonna notice that you're gonna be a much better open court player. Okay, we've been doing pocket dribbles for some time now. This should be a lot easier, and you should be going with a lot more intensity. Now, remember what we said. We never sacrifice execution for intensity, okay? So we want to make sure we execute first, and at this point, most of you all who have barely been putting in the time, y'all should be executing fairly well. So now let's add a bit more intensity. 50 reps each side. I'm going left hand. $50 on the other. All right, and make sure we're very explosive. 50, 50, remember, if this is still your weak hand, which it probably is still, 50 again. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our hip swivel and we're gonna have an anchor step or a push out. It depends on what the defender does. If you have a partner, bring in a partner to help you make reads, because that's what basketball is about. It's about reading. Okay, if you don't have a partner, we'll give you some drills at the end that could substitute for a partner in a way, and then you can continue to get your reps in. So now, as I come out of my hip swivel, I open up. I think that I'm gonna be able to go this direction, but all of a sudden the defender jumps it. So now, in that same move, while the ball's pocketed, I have to go from about to be going this way to actually going this direction. Okay, so that's gonna be our footwork. So if the defender jumps late and cuts you off, change directions. One more time. Open up, cut you off, change directions. Make sure you pocket the ball. If the defender does not jump last minute, then you could just stay here and keep pushing. All right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in a defender, and then we'll talk about how to read, and you look at the reads that I'm making as I go. Okay, so as I'm about to do the move, at the last moment, he starts to jump and cut me off. So what'll happen is I'll do what's called an anchor step. Let me step behind this red tape. Let me back up so I can stand behind the red tape. There you go. Okay, so at the last moment, as I go into the move, if he cuts me off, I'm gonna do my anchor step. So I'm here, I open up, he cuts me off, and then go. So you're gonna cut me off on the last one. Okay, I open up, he cuts me off, and then I change directions. Okay, if he stays still, so he's standing still this time, now I pocket, I'm reading, he stays still, then I go and go this direction, the same direction I'm dribbling with. I'm gonna do other hand. So you're gonna go that way. Okay. All right. Obviously, if he does not reach and he stays still, then I gotta keep pushing out the same direction. One more. All right. Okay, so notice each time I went, I was making a read. If I felt like he was gonna cut me off and attack the ball, I changed directions using that anchor step. If I didn't think he could cut me off, then I kept straight. Let's make sure you get 50 reps on each hand. Just like we did previously, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the cones to help us. If this cone stays still, then I keep going the same direction. If I'm attacking this cone, that means I need to anchor step because at the last moment they cut me off and I need to change directions and protect this basketball. So right now, outside cone. Middle cone. Outside cone. Outside cone. Middle cone. Outside cone. So again, make sure you mix it up. It's at random. So right before you go, just choose one cone that you're gonna attack, whether it's the outside or middle, and make sure you get 50 reps on each side. Okay, so we're still gonna work on defense. We need to make sure that our hands are doing what they need to do properly when we're moving our hands. Now don't forget, you run faster when you pump your arms, you're gonna move faster when you move your arms defensively as well. All right, but when you move them, this arm stays low and this arm stays high. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 reps, down and back is 1. You gotta make sure, whatever side you're sliding to, that's your passing lane hand. The opposite hand is gonna be your crossover, change of direction hand. Outside foot moves first, going this direction. My hand switch, now this one's high. Down and back 10 times. So now we're gonna go behind the back. We're gonna use these lines. I'm gonna go through the bend of my knee and step. This is also gonna help me do my behind the back lower when I need to, because behind the back is typically a very tall move. And you don't always want it to be tall because you're gonna get stood up as an offensive player. So what we're gonna do is go around the bend of my knee right here, which is gonna force me to be really low as I'm going behind the back. So let me use the line, and I step over, behind the back, over and up. That's kind of difficult. Make sure you do 50 reps going up and down. We're gonna do our hip swivels. We're gonna do our anchor step as if we're going between the legs, okay? So now, hip swivel between the legs. We're gonna do 50 one direction and 50 the other. Now remember, it's really important to be able to go through the legs low because the ball is still safe when you change directions. So if I open up and a guy cuts me off and I go through the legs this low, they have to go through my body in order to get to the ball. So it's gonna be ball, me, then my man. All right, so make sure you're low and your counter move will be very safe if you stay low. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the basketball. So we're gonna do our hip swivel, the ball's in hand, and then anchor step with the ball in hand, no dribbles. You're going to do 50 reps on each side. Now we're going to go to our pocket dribbles. We have to make this a habit into our game so we can make multiple reads within one dribble. We're going to 50 left, 50 with your right. Make sure it goes hip height, hands face sideways. So what we have to learn is how to stop. One of the things that gets players in trouble is once they get on the move full speed, they don't know how to stop. So what happens is they take off on the dribble, full speed, help side defense comes or whatever, and then they're gonna travel if they try to stop. Or they just jump up and take a bad shot because they don't know how to stop. The best way to stop is stopping like a hockey player. So if I take off, I need to run, and I'm gonna stop 1, 2. And then I'll stop a lot faster. So what we're gonna do is we'll do it without a ball first, and then we'll add the ball in a second. Ah. 50 on one side, 50 on the other.